Taster because it looks so very good.
Victoriously bearing the bird to its final roosting place, one last battle remains, and, like most battles, success lay in the choice of weapon.
But that's the stranger's knife!
That's right, Marcia. I've been saving it all these years. Knife happy as I am, the tool that separates the Boy Scouts from the samurai is nothing more than a $15 hardware store electric knife. Start by separating the skin that holds the thigh quarter next to the breast. Just go all the way down to the board. When you reach the joint, stop. Put the knife down, and just take a regular paper towel, get a good grip on the thigh, and press down until you hear the ball socket pop.
Oh, that's quite a snap.
I got a hip that'll do that.
Then just cut through to the board. There, that comes off in one chunk.
Say, that reminds me of that scene in Saving Private Ryan when, you know, the guy got...
Hey, Ray, we're trying to eat here, okay?
Okay, I usually serve the drumsticks whole and slice the meat off the thigh. So just come straight up the joint. The joint will pop as soon as you open it up a bit. Now, you can finally get to the breast. First thing you want to do, and this is kind of the trick here, is make a baseline, something that'll allow you to make clean slices. So turn your knife sideways, parallel to the table, and start an inward cut just above the wing joint. And go straight in towards the rib, and trace a line right up the side of the wishbone, like that. Now you can just carve off those luscious slabs of love unhindered. Keep them thin though. They'll fall over, they'll look better on the plate, and they'll be juicier. I like to use a fork to catch them with. Now I can usually feed about, 6 people off of 1/2 of a bird. If you don't feel like going ahead and carving the whole thing right at the table, is this enough to get you guys going? Okay, great. I'll show you a trick. A carcass is a big unruly shape, and it's tough to effectively wrap up and refrigerate. And besides, there are things in bones that, well, bacteria could mistake as an invitation. So it's best just to not mess with it. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the leg quarter, same as we did before. Just reach down and give it a pop. As for the rest of the white meat, we're going to start exactly the way we did back at the table, making that first cut at the wing line. Then coming up by the side of the wishbone. There. But instead of going to slices, we're going to find the other side of the keel bone just by feeling for it, and then cut right down the side. When you feel some resistance, turn out a little bit, and you'll be able to take it off all in one chunk. Perfect. Now, if you're going to make sandwiches later tonight, maybe tomorrow, you could go ahead and just slice this up and put it into resealable bags. But since we brined this, it's kind of special. It's going to be really, really juicy, even months down the road, even after it's been frozen for 2 or 3 months, because it's still holding on to a lot of moisture. So I'm going to freeze mine. And to do that, I'm going to take a kind of 2-tiered attack. I'm going to use a combination of foil and plastic. The foil is especially good at stopping a phenomenon, nasty phenomenon, called freezer burn, which has to do with evaporation and crystallization. It's an ugly bad thing. And the only thing that stops it is a complete layer of foil. Heavy duty, if you've got it, is best. There, completely sealed, little juice on there, doesn't matter. The plastic is a completely different issue. It's to stop the flavors and odors that the meat could pick up in the freezer. Now you might think that freezer's, pretty free of strange odors, but believe me, an ice maker alone can generate some of the funkiest tastes you've ever had on meat. And of course, you can always put a nice label on here, return to sender, whatever. Always a good idea to label food. As for this bad boy here, I got plans for this, but that's another show.